IVM.
When do kids start picking up habits? Do they like the time they're born, do they have any habits? Like, what is the process?
So we are born with a few habits already.
Okay.
Right. So we call them child reflexes. So there are a lot of things that children do instinctively, like spread their arms out when their head is falling back. It's an instinctive response. It's called Moro's reflex, and that's something that we do to children to save their brain and the spinal cord are intact.
Right.
So you just drop a kid gently, 2-3 inches, and their arms and legs kind of flay out, and then they pull them back in. So that's a reflex, and they are born with it.
Right.
There are these milestones that children achieve. So at a particular time, a child will roll over, start crawling. Nobody tells the child to do this or makes the child do this. This is all very instinctive. So those are habits that a child is already born with. So that those are habits that the neural system has learned.
Correct.
But
When
also,
we say instinct, it's the same thing that we
it's the
talk
same
about?
thing.
Okay.
Correct. All whatever, anything that we attribute to the subconscious mind, say instinct or intuition or impulse, all of these are actually habits
Right.
that we have learned somewhere without knowing, and that we don't have conscious control over. So as the child grows, what the environment does is it teaches it new habits.
Right.
So it teaches it that this face is someone that I trust. So if this face disappears, then you should cry, or you should, demand attention from this person. So these are behavioral habits that the child learns. And then there is habits that you learn because of behavior of other people. So say if there is a 4-year-old and he throws a tantrum and he gets something, now he's figuring out how to navigate social circumstances.
Right.
He's fighting with his brother and his brother hits him. He cries, goes to his mom, complains. Now, that he learns that, oh, this is one way I can navigate it. So every minute, every conversation that the child has, he's learning these new techniques, and they all become habits.
Some form of trial and error is happening.
Correct.
And this worked, this didn't work. This worked, this didn't work.
Constantly. And all parenting is about is trying to help a child learn the right ways of navigating the world. And there is no perfect way. And there's also no unsolvable mistake. So if a child learns something that you think is bad, it's not that, oh, I am now a horrible parent.
Correct.
I have screwed it up. It's not like that, because a child will keep learning. It will keep learning. If he's done a good thing today, it doesn't mean that you've solved parenthood. There will be a mistake.
Best parent in the world. No, not like that. Huh?
Right. We are always so eager to congratulate ourselves or berate ourselves too quickly.
Right.
But the beauty of a child's brain is that it will keep on learning. And there is something called pruning, which I found very fascinating. So the way a brain works, the way a brain evolves is the periphery, which is the neocortex. Imagine a tree. And the tree is constantly growing. A branch from there is merging with a branch from here. And there are leaves sprouting all over. But unregulated growth can become a problem. So a large portion of the brain's energy is spent not in creating new branches, but cutting off branches that are not needed. Like a gardener. So literally the brain is going around with scissors, chopping off, acha, I don't need this, I don't need this, I don't need this. This is called pruning. If the pruning process does not happen, then there will be a lot of unregulated neural network connections, and that can lead to chaos. So when you say that, you want clear thinking, clarity of thinking, you want networks to be connected in a very orderly way, right? And even when we talk of creativity, it's not complete chaos, because that is disorganized thought.
Correct.
And that can be a psychiatric problem. You still want some kind of structure, some kind of organization. So this is best seen in a growing child. Because in a growing child, their imagination is wild. They can think of anything.
Correct.
But combining that with so-called structured reality, that is when the pruning is seen maximum.
Wow.
So that's a really beautiful thing, because that's how habits are formed. Because anything is possible, but let's not form this habit. Instead, let's direct our energies to form this habit instead. So it's constantly happening.
If you like this episode, don't forget to hit subscribe. Also, give us a rating. It really helps with people discovering the podcast. If you like podcasts like this, check out other interesting podcasts on the IVM network. You can also watch all the episodes on the Habit Coach Awesome 180 YouTube channel. Follow us on social media. We are at IVM Podcasts on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, everywhere. You can also reach out to me. I am Ashdin Doc at Twitter and Instagram. You can connect with me on my website, awesome180.com. You can also check out my 2 new books, Change Your Habits, Change Your Life, and the second, The Book of Good Habits for Kids. I am Ashdin Doctor, your habit coach.
IVM.